Alright guys, we are back for part 2 of the May greenhouse tour, and if you missed part 1, we just did about a 15-minute tour, and so now we're going to try to continue this and do another little tour here and see what we're missing. All kinds of new stuff on this side of the greenhouse. In front of you is my Restripia. They remind me of bugs, but he's doing very well right now. He's got lots of blooms out. They're sequential bloomers too, so the leaves just keep on blooming, but yeah, he looks really nice right now. Lots of keikis on them. What else do we have happening? Despite it looking like it's coming out of this plant, that's a Scarcochilum, but it's coming out of the plant behind it, over there. And I see another one over here. Excuse my mess on the table. Springtime is like so busy, and I just don't have time to clean up my messes. Nice bromeliad here. What do we got? That one is the Neoregelia spectabilis, I believe. My staghorn fern is looking nice up here in the middle. And surrounding the staghorn fern is a lot of Hoyas. And a lot of the Hoyas have the pinnacles coming out on them. So there's one there. It's not in focus right now, but there it is. Same plant a little higher is about to come out in bloom. So that's nice. I see a whole bunch of pinnacles up there actually on that same plant, so that's really good. What else? There's a few air plants tucked in there on the wall. Another pinnacle of another Hoya coming out in bloom. And I see a few more pinnacles up there as well on different plants. My crinkle leaf Hoya, it had bloomed earlier this spring and it had about 8 on it at once, but I see it's doing it again, so there's a more bud swelling on this Hoya. We're definitely kind of in the Hoya section now. These are all my cuttings that I got last June that they're just exploding now. They've been with me almost a full year and they're very well rooted now and starting to really take off in growth. So more pinnacles. There'll be lots of Hoya blooms coming up this summer, so I hope you guys like Hoyas. Look at this guy. That one will be a nice bunch there. This one, for whatever reason, the bottom few buds are kind of come out long before the rest of it, but whatever. My cool chamber doing fairly well. The plants are actually starting to yellow in there a little bit, and I think that's just from it being so bright. It does have lights above it, but it's also getting natural sunlight right now. The good thing about it though is it keeps its temperature. I'm just looking at the thermometer on the side. I'm not going to show it to you because I don't want to wave the camera too much, but it says it's 23.7, and so it's actually in cooling mode right now, and it'll be cooling it back down to just plain old 23. So 23 Celsius is like 74 Fahrenheit, give or take a few degrees. I'm going to go back up a little bit into my mess. Another Hoya pinnacle, Carnosa. And a mess of Hoyas up there. Vines are kind of coming out everywhere, and I'm just letting them go wild for now. Some more Hoya pinnacles starting to color up. Here's a Carnosa out in bloom. It looks very nice. Let me see if I can get a closer up of that guy. You can see the nectar dripping off of the flowers. It means it's happy anyways. But it would be messy on the carpet. So, let's zoom me back out there. A few little miniature masdevallias just starting to come out in bloom. This is where my Dracula orchids sit. As far as I can tell, there's a few spikes just starting to come off them. And once they get a little bit bigger, I'll take them out of these trays and hang them. Here's a Dracula in bloom. You can see the little monkey face in the middle of it. So this one's already hanging because I knew the spikes were there. And they don't like super bright light, so there's a light in there. And on sunny days, I take this shade cloth and I put it across like this. And it blocks any direct sun from hitting them. I'm just going to back up so I can show you. So this is the way they kind of sit on this wall here to make sure they don't get too much sun. And the lights stay on behind them. It's not that they don't like the light, it's just the summer sun, when it's shining in, the bright light also makes heat, so they don't like the heat. Here is another Dracula orchid. I like this one. It's one of my favorites. It's good size. The blooms are probably close to a foot, and it's called Polyphemus. This guy here I did a full video on. That is my Begonias spectabilis. Blooms are starting to fade now, but I'm glad you guys got to see it a week or two ago at its fullest, so I'm happy about that. A couple Utricularia and Nepenthes here. We're in the far sort of back corner now. You can see some Hoyas up there, and this is our little hanging gardens that I did a video on a couple weeks ago. It's hanging quite high, and if you look right up there, not at the fan, but there's a misting head there, and it kind of, when the mist comes down, which is turned off right now for filming, it mists this. So in the hottest weather it is getting sort of dappled mist. Here is another juicy Hoya bloom, and below that is a Miranda. Mirandas are such nice plants. They have very colorful pictures, big pictures too. Like, look at that, that's a big picture there coming off my Miranda. And yeah, so when we look back up here, you can see some of the yellowing leaves on the Miranda. I think that's just due to the age of the leaves. That's an old vine that's there, and there's lots of new healthy leaves, but those ones are just a little bit older. You can see the Miranda picturing like crazy in front of the air conditioner. That one just opened, and another one's about to open. We have some Utricularias in bloom. This is longifolia. There's two spikes here, but it's actually sending off a few more spikes up and around. Oh, right there anyways. And there's a few other Utricularias in here. They do okay for me. They bloom from time to time. I see another spike coming up right there. That's, I don't even know how you pronounce that. Califidata. Probably butchered that. Next to it are a few of my smaller helianthoras. I did have them so they only receive morning light, which their old spot right now I'm looking at is nicely in the sunshine. But I have moved them out so they actually get a little bit, they get less morning light but more midday light, and they get light for longer. So a few seedling Nepenthes. Here is where some of my bigger helianthoras went to. Again, they're just sort of, they'll get a little bit stronger light for a little bit longer. Nice tray of Nepenthes here. A lot of these ones will get quite large pitches on them, and they seem to do good sort of in this tray with their pitches touching some moss, and then they inflate quite nicely. So Begonias back there, it's got some nice ones. There's a Leonardii, and another Leonardii next to this Sergioensis, and a bigger Sergioensis right in there. So that's nice. This one is my Pulchera, however you say it. It's a fairly new plant, but it's starting to get some pictures on it, so that's good. Another one here that looks very similar to the Pulchera, Begonias, probably butchered that. And yeah, so we'll move on from there. Some more Nepenthes are hanging just above them because, again, the light is getting too intense up high, so everything is coming down a little bit lower. Nothing but pictures here in this little area. It's just crazy. I can't keep track of what's what. There's Spectabilis. This is Coplandii. These are all upper pictures on a Ventricosa, and there's lower pictures down below. They last forever. They start to look kind of weathered, but until they actually die, don't worry about them. Renwortiana. Here is my Intermis down there, picturing away. I can only seem to keep about 1.5 pictures on that guy. Nice Mastivali out in bloom. I really like this one. I just haven't named as Dylan at this point. It's just a hybrid. Well, the lighting is funny on it. It doesn't seem that bright, but this doesn't want to focus. But it's doing really well there. And let's go down a level, because More stuff is down here. So there's some supplemental lighting this far down this year, and some more Masdevallias out. These were always really dark shells before, so I just kept the shop light on. It goes off at 11 o'clock in the morning and is off for the daytime, but it gives it a little bit more morning light, and then it comes on again in the late afternoon for a little bit more evening light, and it seems to be helping. These ones right now, we're down low still, more Masdevallias. They got some morning sun on them from the far side, and then they have the shop light as well. So you can see some buds coming out on these guys as well down here. While we're down here, there's a nice bonsai pitcher. Really big plant. Another one inflating here. Another one of those Dillons. And I'm going to try to get back up. I replanted my, what do they call it? I can't think of the name right now. He's gone for me. Oh no. Anyways, I replanted this guy here. And yeah, the name has just left me. But it was quite a job. And now it's going to bug me, so I have to find the tag. It's just a simple plant. I can't believe I can't remember it. Sanguinea. Duh. So I just replanted that. That was about an 8 or 9 foot vine, and it did pretty well. So it starts on the ground now and goes up, and it's right beside this one is the other one that I can't remember, Sibuensis, and they kind of parallel each other and go up and up and up, and then they kind of split off, and the Sibuensis goes way up there, and I see the Ventricosa out in flower there. And yeah, so it's just a mess up there. Why don't we go back down here? Ant plants, and behind them are the Butterworts. And look at this, we have one of the red ones out. Nice. That's kind of cool. Lots of flowers out right now. But that's the only plant that produces a red flower as opposed to the purple flowers. And my air conditioner just kicked on because it got to its set point. So I'm going to turn this off. Sorry you're so zoomed in. So the air conditioner just kicked on because it got warm in here because everything is kind of still and off. I'll circle back down. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to do a Butterworts video real soon for you guys. Ant plant, same deal. They're doing quite well, and I'm going to do a video for you soon. I have a great shot of this giant pinguicula flower right now, and you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but the texture on the plant, you can see all the little hairs in the sunlight. Looks a little bit fuzzy, so that's kind of cool. What else? I'll get you not so zoomed in. You're not so shaky when you're not zoomed in. Ooh, there's a fresh popped Mira picture. That looks awesome. It's the biggest picture that it's had so far. Right in front of us is Hematocross platychilla uppers. They remind me of bananas. I don't like the yellow. Some more of my seedlings. Teminii. These are all keepers. I decided these are the ones I'm going to be keeping. Nigras. Jamban. Lingulata. A few more Nigras back there. So I grew those myself. There's a Mikey and a Jamban. And Diatas, there's a huge picture inflating in there. It's red and hairy. Very cool plant. You can, hopefully you can see. There's a Diatas picture there as well. So yeah, they're doing quite well. I don't want to go too far because I'm missing so much on the shells below. Can you believe this has been another 14 minutes? Holy cow. The yellow plant there, that is one of my winter begonias, and it's just doing fabulous. It's still going strong. Here is another begonia. All of the begonias I pick up for just a few dollars when they're sort of in season. So, in impatience, I'm going to grow a couple of those in the greenhouse. And this beauty I have been smelling ever since I've been filming. This is my Miltoniopsis. It smells like roses. It's an amazing smelling plant. This is just a division of it. I have several divisions of it now, but oh, it smells so good right now. You're missing out by not having smell-o-vision. It just smells like roses, all I can say. A couple more begonias down here. The hamadas are looking very nice. Some nice big ones, nice big pictures. We have backlighting now, so that makes it a little hard to film. Just the wall that we're on. Some nice hamadas. There's a freshly opened hamada. You can see the difference in the color. And another one of those winter begonias. Doing great. Look at how many flowers are, and it hasn't stopped blooming for months and months and months. And it was like $3. So fun little plants. Here are some of my smaller Nepenthes. Here is my Edwardsiana. So the pictures are getting fairly big. Red hairy hamadas right beside it. Attenburyi. We call this guy the tubby pitcher, and then the regular pitcher. Pitopangii is just taking over everything. That's these pitchers right here. The plant's not very tall. There's 2 growth points, but there's pitchers everywhere from it. You can see how bright these guys are right now. This is growing extremely bright. The trays are actually tilted. They're on pieces of wood, so they're facing upwards a little bit to tilt them more towards the sun, which is coming in. This is the morning sun, so it's not super hot, but right now the lights are still on above it. They'll go off at 11, so they have morning sun directly on them and lights above them right now, so they're growing super bright. Now, like I said at one other point in this video, as the summer sun hits, there's more heat and I have to worry a little bit more, so I can't always have them on the hottest days in the direct sunlight like that. A few more Nepenthes here. So yeah, I repotted my Raja. It's right there now, so it's happy. And anyways, I'm sure we missed tons, but that is going to be about it for my tour. There's a Hamada Rob Cantley. And this time around, unfortunately, I'm just thinking about it, we missed all the plants. There's a Cercilia looking very nice. We missed all the plants that are still hanging up on the roof. There's not as many, and as the summer sun warms more, they are all going to probably come down slowly. Hopefully don't get too dizzy, and we're going to look right at the sun now. But plants that don't picture very well in lower light, like there's a Tataliensis. It's got lots of pictures on it right now, and it's just loving the light. It's about a foot below the polycarbonate, and gets some direct sunlight for now. So anyways, there's a very long May greenhouse tour. I know we missed tons and tons, but that's half the fun, because then we get to see new stuff next time that I didn't touch base on this time. So I hope you like this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And now my big job is going to be getting all the fans and humidifiers and air conditioners back going again, so I don't forget about it, because it's getting warm in here. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.